Well, first of all, Bill and I feel very honored and privileged to live in this beautiful home, and it's wonderful for Tennessee to have such an asset to use for recruiting businesses, for honoring Tennesseans, and bringing people to know more about our state. And when we moved in, the house had recently been renovated, and we realized that the next project in the master plan would be a landscape renovation project. This garden is designed in the Colonial Revival style, and the home was built in 1930, and that would be a very popular style at that time. We also have planted a lot of heirloom plants that would have been popular in the 1930s. We have 2,800 square feet of planting area. We have 10 beds and plus the perimeter, and we have 4 raised beds. We have compost bins, which we're using, and teaching children also about composting. We are growing spring crops, summer crops, and fall crops. So we're using everything from the garden in the residence to serve to our guests, and our chef Stephen does a terrific job using the vegetables.
Hi, my name is Stephen Ward. I'm the executive chef here at the Tennessee residence. And one thing that's really great about working here is being able to work out of the garden and serve all these great Tennesseans from all across the state. The garden really is able to help us produce the highest quality food and really the most seasonable menus available.
Well, I guess you could say that the governor and I are both outdoors type of people, so we love to be outside. And so this became a very personal project for both of us. And I was very involved with the designers and the planners and exactly how everything would work. We wanted to have spaces that we could use to entertain. We wanted to be able to bring people outside and enjoy this yard. We wanted to highlight Tennessee agriculture, farm-to-table sustainability. We wanted to use it as a teaching tool. We have tours that come to the residents. We wanted them to be able to walk through a garden and see vegetables growing, and we wanted to bring children here and help them see vegetables growing, know where their food comes from, see what a tomato looks like on a plant, and what corn looks like on a stalk. We'll plant with them. If it's planting time, we'll let them harvest. If it's harvest time, we'll let them eat some vegetables, either in the kitchen or sometimes right out of the garden, and taste them, and we've had a lot of fun with that. Well, when we decided to launch this landscape renovation project, I realized that I was going to have to raise a lot of money. And so we've had luncheons and dinners, and we've raised money from individuals across the state, from garden clubs across the state, as well as corporations. People have responded so well to knowing that the vegetables that we're serving have been grown right here on the property. People want to know where their food comes from, and we can tell them that it's right from our backyard and that we use no chemicals on these plants, and so it's very fresh, it's very delicious, and we have gotten rave reviews from our fresh vegetables. So I've learned a lot about eating seasonally myself, and as things ripen, that is what we're using. We're rearranging our menus around the garden so that we can serve things that are fresh from the garden, and not going out and buying things that are out of season or grown in other countries, but grown right here. Well, another aspect of this garden is the cutting garden and the flowers that we're growing here. We use flowers in the residence all the time, and so now we can come out and cut fresh flowers from the garden and use them when we're entertaining, in the middle of the table, and all around the house. And so that's been a real treat to be able to just come out and cut these beautiful flowers. So part of a Colonial Revival style garden are these well-defined paths and a central focal point. And so the center of this garden is a beautiful armillary sundial. It was created by the Memphis Metal Museum specifically for this spot, and it has some symbols of Tennessee on it: a mockingbird, tomatoes, turtle, all kinds of really special things. And we're very excited to have that as the center focal point of the garden. I'm especially thankful to to Susan Hiles and the master gardeners who have taken on this project as well. They're out here every Saturday. Susan has been terrific in helping us choose what varieties we want to plant and telling us wonderful stories behind the seeds and the plants that we've chosen. I've learned so much from Susan, and she's also done a terrific job labeling our plants. So that's a real unique and beautiful aspect of the garden. Well, I can tell you that the governor is very excited about his corn that's coming up here. He loves corn, and almost every night after dinner he said, let's walk out and look at the garden and let's see how the corn is doing. So we've been eating green beans now for weeks. We've enjoyed the lettuce in the spring and so many things. I can't wait for these tomatoes to become ripe, because we're going to be feasting on tomatoes for a while. So we have one more part of this project to go. We're going to build a greenhouse. There's always been a greenhouse on this property. It was in the front yard, but of course it makes more sense to put it back here by the garden. So we're going to break ground on our new greenhouse very soon, and we'll be able to start plants from seed and winter things over. And this year Susan Hiles had to start her seedlings at the prison greenhouses because we didn't have a greenhouse here. So they were very generous to give us a little space and start our seeds out there. Now we're going to be able to do it right here on the property, and we're very excited about that. I grew simple vegetables with my children, but my grandmother had a very big garden, and we loved to go visit her and see things growing and eat things from the garden, and I have very, very fond memories of being at her home. I wish she was here. She'd be very proud of this.